Hello, brilliant entrepreneur. It's Tash Corbin here, and welcome to another episode of the Heart Centered Business Podcast. This is a super special podcast episode for you today because it is a Spotlight Series interview with the one and only Susie Ashworth. Now, I have known Susie and we have been on entrepreneurial pathways together for over 6 years now. We initially met through Denise Duffield Thomas's Money Bootcamp, and I have loved and adored watching Susie's momentum and progress, especially over the last 2 years. In this interview, Susie shares the mindset keys to business success, and she's got a really juicy freebie for you as well. So if you'd like to grab the show notes and the link to Susie's freebie, make sure you grab them with the episode today at tashcorbin.com/225, because this is episode number 225. I'm going to hand it over to past Tash, who was really smart and interviewed Susie. And I really do encourage you to come over to the Heart-Centered Soul-Driven Entrepreneurs Facebook group. Once you've listened to this episode, use hashtag #PodcastAha. Let me know you've been listening to episode number 225. And I'd love to know what your biggest insight or any follow-up questions are that you have from Susie's interview. It's a really good one, so let's dive in. I'm Tash Corbin, and this is the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. And today I am super honored to be joined by the amazing Susie Ashworth. Susie and I have been following each other for the last 5 years. I feel like we've grown up as entrepreneurs together. Welcome, Susie.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I am ecstatic to be here and meeting your crowd. So, hi, crowd.
Oh, cool. Hello, Lady Posse. So, Susie, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you do?
Yes. So, I am a Hay House author, a speaker, and primarily a business mentor. So, I specialize in helping female entrepreneurs master their mindset and their message, so that they can communicate what they do powerfully and turn browsers into buyers.
Oh, so sexy. I love it so much. So I want to know from you, Susie, what do you think is the number one thing that gets in the way for women who want to create a successful business?
Oh, 100% mindset. It is the fear of putting themselves out there. It's the fear of failure. It's the fear of judgment. And of course, you've got all of the other more tactical and strategic things that go around alongside that and around that. But it's that idea of putting yourself out there and perhaps not achieving what it is that you want. And I think that stops people from taking the first step or the next step again and again and again. So getting your head around the fact that you are going to fail, but the people who succeed are the people that fail, get up, dust themselves off, then win a little bit, and then fail again, and then win a little bit, and then fail again. That's the secret, I think, to any successful entrepreneurial business. So it's getting it out of the way.
Yes, I love that so much. Okay, so that's the mindset side. What about messaging? Why do you think women find it so hard to message the work that they do?
I think it's because of a lack of confidence in who they are. So many of the women that I work with have come from a corporate background, and in corporate, in order to rise through the ranks, often you have to put a mask on. You have to wear the suit and you have to kind of play the game. And I think that what a lot of female entrepreneurs don't realize is when you come into the entrepreneurial space, in order to stand out, you have to do you. And the idea of fully expressing yourself and fully allowing yourself to be seen, that's intimidating and goes against everything that you have learned in the corporate world. I was saying to some clients the other day, like, I make multiple thousands of pounds dancing on Instagram, swearing like nobody's business and wearing my bikini. That's me. That's who I am. It's where I live. And my people love that. And it's really trusting that when you show up fully, you're going to find the people who love you and want to invest in you and trust you and want to take the next step with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see also sometimes people want to hide behind the features of the work because it's not about they don't want to talk about the results, or they don't want to talk about them and what they bring to the table. So they're trying to find the thing with the most bonuses, or, you know, like they're trying to do but wait, there's more sales strategies. And it just doesn't work as well as just showing up as who you are and really focusing on what you can help people achieve.
100%. Again, I was having this conversation today, like people are like, but I don't know the details of this and I don't know the details of that. And I just said, you know what? That doesn't actually matter. I read the other day from somebody who was saying that our job is to understand how our clients want to feel and then provide products and services that help them feel that way. And when you're able to talk about their feelings and how they want to feel and say it in your voice, like that's the magic sweet spot. When you're able to combine who you are with how they want to feel and what they need, that's when you create miracles.
Excellent. Okay. So Susie, if someone is listening to this today and she's saying, look, that is exactly what's going on for me right now. I am completely freaking out. I feel like I'm constantly stopping myself from doing what I know I need to do. What would be your big advice for her?
I think the first thing is get really clear on why it is you're doing what you're doing. So what is the dream? What is the desire? And I want you to think about it from your perspective, so what you want as a human being. And then I want you to think about it, why it's important from a world perspective. Like, what difference is it going to make if you go out there and start facilitating the transformation you know you are capable of facilitating? Like, how is that going to change the world? And that's the first thing that enables you to take it away from worrying about you and to start really putting you in that space of service. Like, what's it going to mean to them? The next thing is I want you to think about exactly what I just said. What is the value of your product? Like, if you can get your product or service into their hands, what's it going to help them achieve? And that for me is really, really exciting. I know that if I can connect with my people and the people that are absolutely dying to hear about my service but don't even know it yet, and I can help them take the next step, I'm going to change their lives. I'm going to help them speak more powerfully. I'm going to help them connect with more people. And again, that feels super, super exciting. It's not about me. It's about them. So it's getting really connected to why your product or service is amazing. And then the third thing is I want you to get out on social. I want you to get out in real life. And I want you to make invitations. I say to my people, make an invitation 6 times every day. Let someone know what it is you do and invite them to come and work with you. And most of the time, people will say no. But the more practiced you become at making the invitation, interestingly enough, all of a sudden, you start to feel more confident. You get better at answering objections. You get better at communicating what it is that you do, and you get better at bringing in more clients. So they would be my top 3 tips.
Awesome. It is all a practice. And we say in the Lady Posse that no great business is built on theory. No great message is built on theory. No great entrepreneur is built on theory. You need to get out there and start spreading the word. So it's so aligned. Okay, so I'm going to just dial things back a little bit and let's go talk about strategy, because you have experienced some great business success in the time that I've known you, and I've seen you share the stage with some amazing entrepreneurs as well. So let's say that your business got all completely shut down tomorrow and you had to start again. What would be your number one tactic or strategy to get your business going quickly?
Oh, I would do meetups in person.
Yeah.
I would get onto Eventbrite, or we have Meetup in the UK, and I would start organising in-person events. Yep. Start small, connect with people. Because in this world of online, everyone's like, I want to build my business on Instagram. I want to build my business on Facebook. And I love those platforms. I attract lots of clients on them now, but I've built up a bit of momentum. The quickest way to connect and build trust is when you're able to eyeball people. So I would do in-person meetups and sell from that space.
Oh, I love that. That one is super juicy. Okay, Susie. So before we close up, do you have a free resource or a way that people can find out more about how they might be able to work with you?
Yes. So if you are struggling, see, it's not even if you're struggling in your business, actually. Every time you want to up level, the first thing that I say to my clients is you need to go back to your message. And so it doesn't matter whether you're looking to hit your first 5,000, 10,000, or go for £50,000 months. Whenever you're looking to up level, you start with messaging. So my favourite place to get people to start is with my messaging masterclass, which you can find at susieashworth.com//masterclass. It's really simple.
Perfect. Super easy. We'll pop the link to that in the show notes of today's episode as well. So if you missed that one, then you can go and find it in the show notes from today's episode. Okay, Susie, last question. And this is a juicy one. And I always spring this on my interviewees. If I was to quote you in the space that we talked about today, mindset, messaging, and growing a business, what would you like me to say?
I would like you to say, faith plus action equals miracles.
Ooh, so juicy. Faith plus action equals miracles. Now, I want to know, where does that come from? Like, what is that? What does that mean? And where have you developed this from?
So you have probably read the book Think and Grow Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In that book, Napoleon Hill talks about a story. He shares a story about his son who was born without ears, and him and his wife, their determination that he would not only learn to speak, but he would also learn to hear. And how that was true. They created that reality. So even though he was born without ears, he was able to speak and he was able to say and he was able to hear. How they did that was through repetition of the same mantra and then taking action in alignment with having a child who could hear. And reading that story resonated with me so deeply that when I fell pregnant, I immediately started thinking differently about life, the world, and who I wanted to be. And I wanted to really set the example for my son. I didn't know I was going to have a boy at the time, but set the example for my son that he could do anything that he wanted in the world. And so I started thinking about what was the mantra that I wanted to share with him as soon as he was born. And it was faith plus action equals miracles. And that faith is really having self-belief, really believing that anything is possible, but knowing that you have to take action. Faith without the action means nothing, and action without faith also doesn't get you the results that you want. So it was really marrying those two things together, and that's how you create miracles. And that's the mantra that I have used now for the last 8 years, and I honestly believe that it has created just an immense number of miracles in my life and business.
I love it. That is so wonderful. Susie, thank you so much for joining me here on the Heart Centered Business Podcast today. It's been absolutely brilliant. And we really do look forward to getting to know more about you. And Lady Posse, go and lovingly stalk this lady on social media. She is amazing, fun to follow. And she's full of deep and powerful wisdom and inspiration to help you move your business forward and get the results you're looking for. Thanks again, Susie.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Would you like more tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your heart-centered business? Head to tashcorbin.com today.